You know something? Down the Knights of Columbus Hall, my Roman Catholic buddies, most of them are Roman Catholic, some are Byzantine like me. They keep talking about this Mass stuff, with all the abbreviations. SSPX, TLM, NO. I always got to ask them, what are you guys talking about? Talk straight like we do on the Southside, not always abbreviations. So they're talking about what kind of Mass should be. There's this big hubbub about, this old Latin Mass and the new Mass and all that. Big controversy. These guys are always talking about it, arguing too. But you know what, as I'm listening to them, and I'm listening to them as a Byzantine Catholic, I think the problem is not so much the Mass. I think it's what do people believe? What do Catholics actually believe? For example, one guy down to the Knights, he goes to this NO Mass, Novus Ordo. And then he says to me, "Oh, Joe, want to go for a hamburger?" I said, "Man, it's Friday. You got to give up meat on Friday." He says, "We don't do that no more." I said, "What?" Then the other guy from the Knights of Columbus, he goes to that TLM Mass, traditional Latin Mass. See, I'm starting to learn. He says, "Oh yeah, we do have to fast on Friday. In fact, before I even go to Holy Communion, I fast from midnight." Can you imagine that? That's a big difference, man. And we're all saying we're Catholic. So which is it? I think we need some clarity here about what we all believe that is really Catholic. Now, in my Byzantine church, it's not that big a problem. I'm not saying because we're better than the Latin church. It's just because we didn't go through all these changes with the liturgy, We're kind of like, we're kind of like, we sort of stick to the old thing, We stick to, a little bit changed, but we stick to the old thing, been doing the same thing for centuries. So we didn't go through a lot of this stuff. So things are usually a little more clear for us. Again, I'm not saying we're better. I'm just saying we had a different experience. Maybe the Latin Rite guys can learn from us Byzantines. We still give up meat on Friday and Wednesday too. Oh yeah. So you know what? I just think people need to have it set out for them. What is really Catholic? Which way do we believe about everything? We need some clarity out of you. Just tell it like it is, man. Say, this is Catholic. This is what we're supposed to believe. What we've been believing for all these centuries. Just tell them, Holy Father. I know he knows how to do it. I know he can do it. Because you see, he and I, we're just a couple of good old boys from the Southside of Chicago. And we always tell it like it is.